Yes, we are making a bucket hat today. I've seen them in every shop. They're really fashionable at the moment and they are comfortable in summer because you can just fold it and take it in your handbag anywhere you go. And if at any point it's too hot, it's too sunny, you can pop it out and put it on right away. And I remember that years ago I used to have one. I don't know what happened to it, but I used to wear it a lot every time I went to the beach, and it was reversible. It was blue and a sort of beige, so I'm going to make a reversible one. Fabrics of choice, I have two. I have of course a bit left from the one I made the beach bag with, but it's not very, even though it's a canvas, it's very thin, so I don't know if it will hold the shape too well. I don't know if I'll have to interface, we'll see. And I have some of this denim left from when I made the paperback trousers with a belt. They are really cute. Problem, I haven't got a pattern, so it's not like any piece of clothing like this one that you make your pattern from your block of measurements. I haven't got any pattern, so bear with me in this project. I'm going to make a sort of toile from the blue one because I have more fabric of it, and then I'll trace the pattern to cut the flowery one. So I'm going to trace the wing from this coaster placemat, but a bit bigger. I think I'll be using it more if it's a bit wider, because if not, I don't think I use it. So I think the bigger the better. So I'm going to trace it a bit bigger, and I'll tell you the measurements later when I have it done. I made a few mistakes on the way, but I'm going to keep it. It doesn't matter because I had little pieces of this fabric, and I can make my son one from these pieces as well. And now I can say, after trying, I can say I have a pattern. So I leave you the measurements here in a drawing, but it was a bit of a trial and error. So I measured my head, and from that I divided it by 2 to take the measurements of the sides, which are a bit curved, and then the top circle measures 19 centimeters wide diameter, and then there's the wing bit, which is cut in 2 as well. You can make it a whole one if you have enough fabric, but if you don't, you can just fold and do it like this, so you save a bit of fabric as well. So now with this I can cut the other fabric. To make a reversible hat, you need to cut your pattern into different fabrics. So right size together the pieces you have 2 of and then top stitch it, so you can finish the 2 hats and put them wrong size together to sew them together. These two pieces I have two of. I have double, the wing and the one that goes on top. I'm going to sew right sides together, and then I'm going to open this seam to top stitch it. Top stitching is really nice. You do it on the right side of your material and it looks really good, and it makes your seam stronger and it settles better. Coffee. And now I'm going to sew the top of the hat, the circle, and top stitch it as well, but not opening the seams, just folding to one side to the bottom, so I can top stitch all around it. It will make it much nicer. And as reference, I always start sewing on top of one of the seams I did before, and that way I know where I'm going. And as reference, I'm going to use the foot, the width of it, to top stitch that width. So I have my two hats. This one has more shape to it, but this one looks really flimsy. And I knew the fabric is not very, it doesn't hold any shape. Look at this, it's a tulip hat instead of a bucket hat. So what I'm going to do, even though it's a bit late, I'm going to interface the wing so it has a bit more shape, even though they go together. And the iron is already warm. Where is my interface? I have a really stiff one and a soft one. So let's go with the stiff one. What can happen? And the elastic band, I'm just going to measure my head, taking into account I have this here today, this clip. But what you want is just to feel it firm, but not tight. And if someone with a bigger head than yours wears it, it'll be comfortable as well. So zigzag stitching, and then to the seam here in the hat. I'm going to do it on this one again, and that way it'll stay in place. This looks much better with the interfacing and the elastic band, and when you try it on, well, the elastic band goes right up, so it doesn't matter, it doesn't bother you at all. And this looks much better now. I can see, at least, I look much of a diva, don't I? But it'll be lovely at the beach. And now this go one inside the other, wrong size together, to make the reversible hat, like so. But I have to sew it all around it, and if we're going to do this and just start pushing the material in, we will lose the shape. I mean, this is easy if you have a straight line, but this is all a circle. So to do this, you have more fabric than what you need inside. So pulling all of this won't look as a circle at all. So I'm going to sew it right size together, all around it, to a point. So when I get to there, I'll be pulling it out. And to finish, I'm going to top stitch the wing a few times, taking the foot press as my width measurement and turning little by little, letting it sew all on top with the spool in blue and the bobbin in black, so it looks nice on each of the fabrics. So this is the final result. I quite like it. It's long, of course, it's not a short bucket hat, but you can just modify the length of the wing and you get a different style of hat, the same as the top. If you don't want it as low, you can cut it a little bit and you'll get a different hat. But this one is quite good because I live in Tenerife, so it's quite sunny, and if you go to the park or to the beach, you need something to cover your head properly. And the toucan bead looks nice as well. I quite like it, and I like the strength of the wing now, and I think it's not only the interfacing but the top stitching. I think the top stitching quite helps with all this structure and gives it a lot more. So I'll be taking it everywhere, and the good thing is you can just fold it and you put it in your bag and you take it anywhere. So I'll be using this for sure. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what you thought, if you're going to make one, if you had made one already, and I think it'd be nice as well in patchwork with different colors. And don't forget to subscribe because I upload twice a week, and that way you don't miss anything. And I'll leave you here a link to other beach related projects that you might like. A beach bag, an organizer for your beach bag, swimming costumes, a kimono, loads of stuff. Stick around, bye!